Didn't need a list before I'd move. 10 reasons lined up neat before I choose. Cost-benefit analysis of living. Every exit weighed against the bruise. Then one morning, just one thing showed up, small enough to miss if not awake. Cup of coffee, window, early birds. One good reason, that was all it take. One good reason was enough. Didn't need 100 to get moving. One good reason was enough. Didn't need the math to keep improving. Just the coffee and the birds and the morning. Just the light that came in clean and good. One good reason was enough. Lord, it always was. I just never understood. Never understood. Spent a decade building complicated cases for the simplest things a man should do. Stay or go, speak or keep the silence. Love the one in front of you. One good reason cuts through all that clutter. Doesn't need a lawyer or a proof. Just needs to be the thing that makes you present. One good reason, that's the roof. What made me stay that winter when everything was harder than it looked? I said the way you laughed at your own stories before you'd reach the punchline of the book. She said, that's it, that's all it took for staying. I said, yeah, that's all it ever takes. One good reason burns through all the maybe. One good reason all the difference makes. One good reason was enough. And I've got more than one these days. One good reason was enough. Now I'm counting them in different ways. The laugh before the punchline, the coffee and the birds. One good reason was enough. Lord, I wasted years on lists when one good reason was the word, was always the word, yeah, always was. Just one. 2 o'clock and whiskey. Clock on the wall says 2 and change. Whiskey in the glass says nothing's changed. Ice don't melt the way it used to do. Or maybe I just sit here longer than I knew. Leather chair still holds the shape of me. Man and his habits, that's all that's free. I got a window and I got this light, and 40 years of stories for a Tuesday night. 2 o'clock and whiskey, that's the only company I keep. 2 o'clock and whiskey. Too tired to run, too wide to sleep. She ain't coming back, the city don't care. Just me and this amber and the weight of the air. 2 o'clock and whiskey. I used to drink to celebrate the win. Now I drink to let the quiet back in. There's a difference, yeah, but it's paper thin. Ask any man who's ever loved and sinned. The bottle's honest in a way that's rare. Don't ask you nothing, don't go nowhere. Just sits there, amber, patient, warm and still, like a good woman used to and never will. 2 o'clock and whiskey, got a texture like regret. 2 o'clock and whiskey, smooth enough to help you not forget. I've been counting all the rooms I've slept alone, ran out of fingers round about the 3rd time home. 2 o'clock and whiskey. You know what 2 a.m. really is? It's the hour when the lies you tell yourself during the day finally clock out. No more, I'm fine. No more, it don't bother me. Just a man, a glass, and everything he traded for the life he thought he wanted. Pour another one. Some lives just grow the way they grow, you see, like roots that find the crack and spread right through. Can't stop what's in you trying to come true. I had a woman once who understood, loved me past the point that most folks would. She left on a Thursday, left a key, left a note that said, I hope you find you. 2 o'clock and whiskey, and a note I never threw away. 2 o'clock and whiskey, she was right about me anyway. I found me, took about a decade and some change, sitting at this window, listening to the rain. 2 o'clock and whiskey taught me everything. 2 o'clock and whiskey still teaching me. 2 o'clock and whiskey. Yeah. Yeah. First year I'd make too much and throw the rest. Second year I'd order in and call it done. Third year something shifted in the kitchen. Started cooking just enough for one. Found the smaller pan I'd never opened. Found the recipe that served a single man. Found that cooking for yourself is still cooking. Still a kind of love, a kind of plan. Supper for one gets easier. Doesn't mean it doesn't cost a while. Supper for one gets easier. Third year in I almost cracked a smile. Sat in one plate, one glass, one chair pulled out, one candle if the evening earns the light. Supper for one gets easier. Lord, it does. It just takes about 1,000 nights. About 1,000 nights. Learn to taste things properly alone. No conversation pulling at the food. Just the flavor and the quiet and the evening. Just the meal itself in its own mood. She used to say I never tasted anything. Too busy talking, too busy being on. Now I sit and actually taste the Tuesday. Taste it slow and let the flavor run. tried before. She didn't like the spice, so I left it out. Now the kitchen is entirely mine to ruin, mine to get exactly right, no doubt. Made a curry last October, ate the whole thing. Stood over the pot and didn't share a bite. Some losses open doors you didn't notice. Some doors lead to curry on a Tuesday night. Supper for one gets easier and easier. It's got its own good taste. Supper for one gets easier. Nothing on the plate goes here to waste. Every bite belonging to the moment. Every flavor finally getting time. Supper for one gets easier. Lord, the one plate turned out to be entirely mine. Entirely mine. Yeah, mine. Mine. Supper for one gets easier. Made curry last Tuesday. Yeah, ate the whole pot. No regrets, no regrets. No regrets. No regrets. City never closes down its eyes. Million lit up windows, million lives. All that motion, all that urgent need. Meanwhile I'm up here moving at half speed. Poured a glass about an hour back. Been watching headlights trace the ceiling black. Ain't insomnia exactly more like this? A man awake inside the life he missed. The city never sleeps, but I do. Somewhere between the whiskey and the blue. The city never sleeps, but I do. Dream of all the things I meant to do. Million people moving through the dark. Every one of them with somewhere to be. City never sleeps, but it don't dream. That's the difference between the city and me. Come out, push their carts through lobbies, move about. Invisible to everyone who's rushing, seen by no one necessary, saying nothing. I respect a man who works the dark, who does his job and doesn't need a mark. No applause, no witness, no parade, just work done right before the morning trade. Sometimes I think I'm like those men, doing something quiet, doing it again. Nobody watching, nobody to care, just a life maintained with private care. The city never sleeps, but I do. Got dreams of daylight can't get through. The city never sleeps, but I do. In the dark between the me and you, somewhere in the sleep, she still comes back, sits across the table in the apartment on the track. City never sleeps, but I chase her every night through the underground of everything we almost got right. We almost got right. You ever notice how the city looks most beautiful at 3 a.m. in the rain, when all the performance is over, all the hustle gone home, all the pretending clocked out, and it's just the lights and the wet streets and the empty intersections, cycling green to yellow to red for nobody. That's when it's honest. That's when I relate to it. The city and me, both just running our routines for an audience that went home a long time ago. But here's the thing about these sleepless rooms: the quiet has a quality at night that blooms, something you can't get in daylight hours, a kind of thinking that belongs to ours. I've written more truth at 3 a.m. than all the daylight hours put together then. The dark strips everything you hide behind, leaves just the man, the glass, the open mind. Sometimes that's enough, sometimes that's the work. Sitting with yourself until the daylight takes the edge off of the hurt. The city never sleeps, but I do. And in the sleeping I find something true. Oh, the city never sleeps, but I do. Dream the dreams the waking can't get through. All those million lights below, none of them dream like this. None of them wake up changed by what the darkness gave and what it missed. The city never sleeps, but I do. And I'm grateful for every sleepless hour that the living me to you, to this, to something real. The city never sleeps, but I do. Yeah, I do. The city never sleeps, but I do. I do. I do. This is the last glass at the top floor. Don't mean I'm leaving, just don't need no more. There's a kind of finish line you cross alone, somewhere between the bottle and the bone. Been up here so many nights I lost the count, but I remember everyone that mattered every valley, every 3 a.m. decision, every prayer I send up without precision. The glass is half of what it was at 10, but I'm twice the man I was back then. Funny math, the kind that only works when you've paid the price and kept the receipts. Last glass at the top floor. Last look at the city in the rain. Last glass at the top floor. Last conversation with my old pain. Not goodbye exactly, more like we're done here for tonight. Last glass at the top floor. Last thing standing between me and the light. Last glass, top floor. Ordered this place furnished, moved in light. Just a bag, a box of records and a life. Didn't want the weight of too much stuff. Learned the hard way that enough is enough. Now the records stack up by the wall. Photographs, I never got to hang it all. A chair that knows the shape of 2 a.m. A glass that's been refilled and emptied then. But the space itself stayed mostly bare. Like I was always ready to go somewhere, or maybe ready for someone to fill it. Either way, I kept the space alive. Oh, last glass at the top floor. Empty rooms make honest men of us. Last glass at the top floor. Everything I kept don't trust. The records and the chair and the window and the city down below. Last glass at the top floor of the life I built alone. Last glass, top floor, alone. You know what a top floor really is? It's where you end up after climbing everything you thought would make you whole. Career checked, reputation checked, nice things, high floors, good whiskey checked, and the view is everything they promised it would be. But the only thing missing is someone beside you to say, you seeing this? So I make the call sometimes, not because I'm lonely, just less alone. Call my brother down in Memphis, talk about storms in Daddy's porch. He said the storm ain't something you hide from. You stand in it until it becomes yours. 40 years later, 40 floors high, still hear his voice when thunder rolls in. Last glass at the top floor. Some legacies come bottled, some in storms. And last glass at the top floor. But I ain't drinking to forget no more. Last glass at the top floor. Drinking to remember what it's for. The storms, the losses, every empty room, every woman who was right about me, every night I thought would be my doom. Daddy on the porch in '84 said, stand in it, boy, that's what living's for. Last glass at the top floor. First clear eye I've had in years. Last glass at the top floor. Lord, it took a while to get here, but I'm here, yeah, I'm here. said stand in it. So I stood. She was talking about something ordinary, whether or the neighbor or the weak. And right in the middle of her sentence, I felt the words arrive behind my teeth. 3 words, maybe 4, nothing complicated, the kind a man should say without a thought. Sat right there behind my lips already, and I swallowed them before they could be caught. I almost said it then, had it right there, let it go. I almost said it then. Something stopped me, something I still don't know. The moment passed the way that moments do, without a sound, without a mark. I almost said it then, and the almost lived inside me. In the dark. Could have been the fear of what came after. Could have been the weight of being known. Could have been a man too long in armor, too long carrying the thing alone. She looked up once like maybe she could hear it, the thing I hadn't said but almost did. Her eyes asked something that her voice didn't, and I answered with a smile and closed the lid. I almost said it then, but almost taught me what the saying costs. I almost said it then, and the almost is the only thing I've lost. That I trade everything to get back just that one small moment at the table. I almost said it then, Lord, I'm saying it now, even if the room isn't able to receive it. I almost said it then, I'm saying it now, yeah. Long time after I found the words on paper, said them to the page since I couldn't say, said them to the mirror in the morning, said them to the rain one Tuesday gray. But the thing about a moment is its moment can't be said a Tuesday later true. The words are still the same words, still as Reed just said, to a room that doesn't have her in it too. I almost said it then, but almost taught me what the saying costs. I almost said it then, and the almost is the only thing I've lost. That I'd trade everything to get back just that one small moment at the table. I almost said it then, Lord, I'm saying it now, even if the room isn't able to receive it. I almost said it then, I'm saying it now. Yeah, now I'm saying it now. I almost said it then, saying it now. Better late than never. Yeah. Didn't ask for it, didn't earn it either. Just stepped outside around 4:45. Light came down on everything the same way. Equal on the broken and alive. Fell on me the way it fell on doorways, on the street, the parked cars, on the rain. The afternoon didn't ask what I'd been doing, just showed up, and showed up all the same. The afternoon forgave me first, before I'd found the words to ask for it. The afternoon forgave me first, before I'd earned a single bit. Just light on everything, including me. No conditions and no asterisks. The afternoon forgave me first, and I learned what forgiveness really is. Took me longer to forgive myself. The afternoon had done it in a breath. I held the verdict out for several winters, longer than the case deserved in depth. But the light kept coming back each afternoon, patient and indifferent and the same. Didn't need me to have figured out my penance, just lit the street and didn't play the blame. Now I'm working on forgiving me. The afternoon forgave me first, showed me what forgiveness ought to be. Unconditional and warm and equal, falling on the broken just the same. The afternoon forgave me first. Lord, I'm getting there. To doing just the same.
To doing just the same.
For my own name.
Yeah.
For my own name. The afternoon forgave me first.
Working on the rest.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Getting there. Didn't earn it either. Just stepped outside around 4:45. Light came down on everything the same way, equal on the broken and alive. Fell on me the way it fell on doorways, on the street, the parked cars, on the rain. The afternoon didn't ask what I'd been doing, just showed up and showed up all the same. The afternoon forgave me first, before I'd found the words to ask for it. The afternoon forgave me first, before I'd earned a single bit. Just light on everything, including me. No conditions and no asterisks. The afternoon forgave me first, and I learned what forgiveness really is, really is. Didn't ask for it, didn't earn it either. Just stepped outside around 4:45. The light came down on everything the same way, equal on the broken and alive. Fell on me the way it fell on me. to get above the noise. 40 floors of concrete, steel and voice. City laid out flat like a broken dream. Everything looks smaller than it seems. Rain don't care how high up that you go. Finds you on the rooftop, finds you down below. Wind cuts through this jacket, cuts right through. Some things follow you, no matter what you do. Rooftop blues in G minor. Highest point in town and still feel low. Rooftop blues in G minor. Watching all those city lights below. Could have been 1,000 other places. Could have been with her. Instead I'm up here counting all the things that were. Rooftop blues in G minor. Used to think that height meant you were free. Now I know it just means you can see. See the diner where we used to go. See the corner where I watched you go. That yellow awning, third block on the left. Still the same since that November, since your breath was visible between us in the cold. Summer dresses age but don't get old. Rooftop blues in G minor. City got a memory like mine. Rooftop blues in G minor. Every street a sky, every block a sign. From up here the hurt looks almost pretty, neon wet and bright. But pretty pain is still pain, just dressed up for the night. Rooftop blues in G minor. Up here you can see the whole city breathe. Every light of life, every dark window, somebody finally letting go. I used to wanna be the highest light, the one everybody sees from down below. Now I just wanna be the one that stays on long after the rest go dark. Consistent, quiet, warm, the kind of light that don't need nobody looking. Coming up here since I don't know when. When the rooms get small, I come up here again. Ain't running from nothing, ain't looking for a sign. Just need the kind of space that clears the mind. The city don't know my name, don't know my pain. Keeps on moving through the cold and through the rain. And somehow that's the comfort that I need. Something bigger than my grief, just going on, proceeding. Rooftop blues in G minor. Ain't about being low, it's about being real. Rooftop blues in G minor. Standing at the edge of everything you feel. The rain don't judge, the wind don't ask you nothing. City spreads below. A man can stand up here and First pass, I told myself I was just passing. Happened to be on that side of town. Second pass, I told myself the same thing. Third time I pulled over, shut it down. Sat outside the place for 20 minutes, engine off, hands on the wheel, not moving. Every argument for going and lined up, every argument against still proven. I drove past twice before I found the nerve to park the car. I drove past twice, telling myself I wasn't who I are, wasn't the kind of man who needed this, wasn't the kind who'd circle back around. I drove past twice, then I drove past twice more before my feet hit the ground. Hit the ground. Could have been a doctor's office, could have been the meeting that I'd promised I would try. Could have been a street, a door, a window, the place I'd left without a real goodbye. Doesn't matter what the place was exactly, every man has got his version of this street. The one he drives past twice before he stops at, the one that holds whatever he needs to me. Place. Turned out the door open like doors do. Turned out whatever I'd been circling around was smaller than the circling I'd been through. The 20 minutes sitting in the car, the twice around the block, the engine off, cost more than walking straight in would have. The avoidance always cost more than enough. I drove past twice, but I went in on the third time around. I drove past twice, but my feet eventually found the ground. Every man has got his twice around the block. Every man has got his parked car moment too. I drove past twice, Lord, I drove past twice, but the third time I walked through, yeah. Walk right through the door, walk through. I drove past twice, went in though, yeah, went in, should've gone straight in. Yeah, next time. down. Sat outside the place for 20 minutes. Engine off, hands on the wheel, not moving. Every argument for going and lined up. Every argument against still proving. I drove past twice before I found the nerve to park the car. I drove past twice, telling myself I wasn't who I are. Wasn't the kind of man who needed this. Wasn't the kind who'd circle back around. I drove past twice, then I drove past twice more before my feet hit the ground. Hit the ground. First pass I told myself I was just passing. Happened to be on that side of town. Second pass I told myself the same thing. Third time I pulled over, shut it down. Sat outside the place for 20 minutes. Engine off, hands on the wheel, not moving. Every argument for going and lined up. Every argument against still proving. I drove past twice before I found the nerve to park the car. I drove past twice, telling myself I wasn't who I are. Wasn't the The city's 20 floors below tonight, and you're the only thing above the lights. I've seen this room in every kind of mood, but nothing ever dressed it up like you. I've had the whiskey and the skyline too, but never felt rich till the night I met you. Penthouse blues for a woman like you, high above the world, but I still got the blues. All this glass and gold don't mean a thing without your touch and the quiet you bring. Penthouse blues for a woman like you. You move through marble like it owes you none. Grace that don't even know what it's become. You laugh at something softly by the pain, and suddenly the skyline feels plain. The whole world's down there chasing something real, and here with you I finally feel penthouse blues for a woman like you, high above the world, but I still got the blues. All this glass and gold don't mean a thing without your touch and the quiet you bring. Penthouse blues climbs, but heights don't tell you what gives life its shine. I built these walls from steel and stone alone. Only you could make this place feel like home. Penthouse blues for a woman like you, high above the world, but I still got the blues. All this glass and gold don't mean a thing without your touch and the quiet you bring. Penthouse blues for a woman like you. A woman like you. Penthouse blues, a woman like you. Used to need a list before I'd move, 10 reasons lined up neat before I'd choose. Cost-benefit analysis of living, every exit weighed against the bruise. Then one morning just one thing showed up, small enough to miss if not awake. Cup of coffee, window, early bird, one good reason, that was all it take. One good reason was enough, didn't need 100 to get moving. One good reason was enough, didn't need the math to keep improving. Just the coffee and the birds and the morning, just the light that came in clean and good. One good reason was enough, Lord, it always was. I just never understood, never understood. Complicated cases for the simplest things a man should do. Stay or go, speak or keep the silence, love the one in front of you. One good reason cuts through all that clutter, doesn't need a lawyer or a proof, just needs to be the thing that makes you present. One good reason, that's the roof. That's what made me stay that winter, when everything was harder than it looked.